You came to school for career day in your nursing uniform. I was outraged. I hated the fact that you worked and wore hideous nurse shoes. But when you hugged me that day, I melted into your ample arms and offered a secret prayer of thanks for you and your arms and your perfume that hasn't changed in 30 years. The first time that I was embarrassed to say that I knew you was in church. Your voice was Karen Carpenter, Barbara Streisand, and Marilyn Horne rolled into one giant bellowing siren call. You brought down the house, God's house. Everyone looked at me. I died. That wasn't the first time you brought down God's house, though. I remember your sharp tongue and quick wit when you spiritually jousted the men in suits who thought they had everything figured out. A rebuking woman, that is what they called you. I was mortified. In the 5th grade, I pitched a fit because my arms had grown longer than my coat sleeves, and I refused to be a safety patrol the next day. You raced out of the driveway in the brown station wagon with the same dramatic flair that I employed for my fit. I blamed the soap operas. I was sure that I had driven you away forever, so I sat by my window sobbing at the thought of you running off with Luke Spencer. Or worse, one of the Quartermains. But you came back. You came back composed and compassionate, and you showed me my new coat and told me how you just barely made it to the store before they closed. But you made them let you in because you were not going to let your baby freeze. Rebuking woman. And the Halloween costumes. Each year, I begged you for a store-bought costume like my friends. You scoffed and told me that you would make any costume that my little heart desired, but you would not be buying me any of that cheap plastic shit. You also taught me how to curse appropriately. One year, on October 30th, I crafted a scheme to request the most difficult costume so you would just give up and buy me some cheap plastic shit. I ran up to my room to brainstorm, and there she was. Carmen Miranda winked at me from my shelf, and I ran downstairs to present my idea. You took a deep breath, and in 24 hours squashed my dreams of a store-bought costume. I spent that entire Halloween cursing at the fruit on top of my head while my friends frolicked in their cheap plastic shit. Everyone adored the Carmen Miranda costume. I, however, spent the evening wondering if throwing plastic fruit at my friends would be considered assault with a deadly weapon. Then we waited for you. We waited for you to come back to us from the crippling cycle of migraines and depression. We didn't know what to do. I just knew that you would use your spunk and fiery wit to show that depression who was boss. Rebuking woman. So I watched, helpless, as your depression got worse with each day that your migraines held you captive. We waited as you became a vacant facade of your former self. I decided to stop waiting for you and instead to dwell with you. I grew to love the dimness of your room. I grew to love even the dark, misunderstood parts of your soul that the world didn't get to see. I knew that you were still there. I knew that you would come back to us. In high school, you took me with you to the stout shop over on Pleasantburg Drive. You said that I needed a girdle to go with my prom dress. I called you a bitch. You slapped me. I deserved it. When we huffed into the stout shop, we were greeted with women getting ready for church. Large women, full of life and proud of who they were. Each time someone came out of the dressing room, everyone swooned and offered hat suggestions. They preened, they paraded, they had church. They invited you to join them, and they cheered you when you came out of the dressing room in your fancy suit. Then they asked you who you were, not just merely your name, but who you were, what you did, and who you loved. You said that you were a nurse, a mama, and a preacher's wife. A preacher's wife? Oh no, you are not just a preacher's wife. They informed you that you were the First Lady. You stood taller with your new name. It looked good on you. I was proud of you that day. I am proud of you today. You were the First Lady to show me how to sing, to be a rebuking woman, to question, to have a career and a family. You were the First Lady to show me that creativity is more valuable than cheap plastic shit. The First Lady to prove to me that there is life and love waiting for you when you emerge from the depths of depression. You were the First Lady that I ever wanted to be when I grew up. And most importantly, the First Lady that ever told me that I should only want to be myself. Thank you.